Welcome to Servant of the Fates. Today's picker card reading is all about the 5 things that will happen to you in the week ahead. So pick the Keeper deck that sparks a memory in you. It will have your accurate predictions. Guidelines below on how to do just that. Feel free to pause this video as you take your pick. As always, timestamps down below. Is it going to be Keeper deck number 1? Is it sparking a memory in you? Or maybe Keeper deck number 2, if size matters to you. Though honestly, it's just the cards. It's just the box that's bigger. But yeah, is it sparking a memory? Or why not this one? Something about the couple, maybe. So feel free to pause and rewind, and when you're ready, let's begin. If you chose this Keeper deck, welcome to your reading. Here are the 5 things that will happen to you in the week ahead. First one, you have sad news followed by a change. You already have received sad news. That is not the prediction for the week ahead. There is some disappointing decision announcement that you heard recently about your life. It's going to be overturned this week, okay? An example would be, those companies that decided we're going to be work from office from here on out, 5 days out of 5 days, work days in the office, and no more work from home. So you're like, oh my God, that is so inconvenient. That is so barbaric. That is so annoying, and you're complaining about it to everyone because it is something to complain about. It changes everything. Your commute, you're gonna have to deal with more traffic. You won't be able to do your laundry anymore while you're waiting for your next Zoom call. So it is so annoying, but it will be overturned. Either it's the government that will say, hey, there's too much traffic on the roads. Not all of the companies can do work from office 5 times a week, okay? There could be a policy from the government, or it could be that it was the CFO who decided that, and now the CEO is back, and no, that wasn't a good decision. Or maybe the CEO made that decision, but then HR consulted and said, no one is happy, people are complaining about us everywhere. We cannot do this, it's bad for the culture, okay? So either way, there was an announcement at work, in the family, it will be overturned. It's also, and this is kind of, cute, but maybe sad. I heard something very specific. If someone broke up with you, they're going to regret it and they're going to come crawling back, okay? They just said it out of anger or out of insecurity, and they're going to say, no, I didn't mean it. Please take me back, okay? That's very specific. And this is specifically for some of you in their 20s. I don't know why. I just heard that. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to break up in your 30s and 40s and 50s, but yeah, that message is for someone in their 20s. Someone recently said, I don't love you anymore, or I don't want this connection, or it's not working out. They're going to say, no, I lied, or I was just scared, something like that, okay? So sad news in finances, at work, in the family, or in romance. You know better than me what that is because you've already received it the past week or month, okay? For most of you, past week or month. That is the timeline. Overturned, right? So that's always good. A bad news canceled is good news. So yeah, congratulations to you. What else will happen to you in the week ahead? You have a military and hope big water. This is preferential treatment for you. There is something in your life, in your environment, that people are usually very strict about. There are rules about it, but for some reason this week, those rules won't apply to you in a good way. For example, you are renewing your driver's license, and normally that takes, let's say, 5 weeks. I'm just making things up. I don't know how long it takes, but that's a rule. There's nothing you can do about it normally, okay? But this week with Hope Big Water, something is going to happen. Maybe the person at the counter was your high school best friend or your high school best friend's mom, right? But either way, it normally takes 5 weeks to renew your license. It's going to take 5 minutes for you this week, okay? That is just an example, but yeah, It's those kinds of situations. Applying for a visa, renewing your license, something to do construction license, maybe permits for your renovation, something that normally takes a really long time. It's gonna be a miracle for you, like within the day, done. Okay. So you know better than me what that is. Are you renovating your home? If so, are you going to need permits for that? Are you renewing some sort of license, okay, or accreditation? Then yeah, that's what will take no time at all for you this week. But government or something official, okay, to do with papers and documents, right? That is exactly what we're talking about, and it's going to go so well for you this week. So you're going to have help there, practical and divine too. What else will happen for you in the week ahead? False person and funeral. This is so dramatic. Okay, let's do the literal interpretation first. I would never wish death upon anybody. Come on, like that's crazy. But if we're doing literal interpretations, and Kippur, more than tarot, more than Lenormand even, is a very literal system of divination. So it's a fake person in your life leaving the world for good. Funeral, death, okay? But maybe it's not that literal. Maybe it's not that dramatic. They're just gonna go away, okay? Let's say there's a colleague who has been so annoying, so irritating, telling lies about you all the time, making trouble for you at work. They're gonna get fired, okay? Or they're gonna get so sick they have no choice but to resign, right? But I'm not making this up. I mean, it's what the cards are saying. It's something tragic will happen to them. Someone fake, a frenemy or an outright enemy at work or in the neighborhood, right? They're gonna go away. The circumstances in their life will make sure that they stay away from you for good. I mean, funerals are forever, you know? So yeah, they could get fired, they could resign. If it's in the neighborhood, somebody's making troubles for you, okay? Something to do with your garbage. I just heard that so specifically, okay? They're gonna get evicted by their landlord, or someone in their family is gonna die, someone elderly, and they're gonna have to move back in with their mom to, because, you know, take care of her because now their dad is gone, something like that, okay? So a literal or adjacent literal to a funeral, but yeah, someone you hate going away for good, which is again good news. This is kind of the theme of your reading so far. Bad things turning out good for you, right? Sad news that gets overturned, and bad news for someone, which means you get relief from this person in your life. Very strong Scorpio energy. I don't know if you have strong Scorpio in your chart, or someone in your life, your partner maybe has strong Scorpio in their chart, but this is Scorpionic energy. Normally, bad things are being transformed to benefit you. Even this, excuse me, it's a bad policy to wait 5 weeks for license renewal. Like, come on, it's 2025. Can we please get a move on? But it's gonna work out for you. 5 minutes, you're done. So yeah, Scorpionic energy, bad things being transmuted, transformed into something good. What else? 4 out of 5 that will happen to you in the week ahead. Small child and a journey. Oh my God, you're gonna have the best day or days ever, up to 3 days, up to 5. But this is the 3rd house in astrology. This is short distance travel. So like going on an outing somewhere that's like 1.5 hours away, maybe 3 hours away, or like a weekend trip to the nearest beach, and you're going to stay there for 3 days or 5 days, okay, but 3 days more likely. It's going to be super amazing, and it's coming out of the blue for 90% of you. Like, no one has invited you yet, or if it's you who's going to send out the invites, then you haven't thought about this trip yet, okay? But you will. There's going to be short distance travel in the coming week. It could be weekdays. Again, it could be a surprise. Maybe something happens. Maybe the place that you work at, there's going to be some sort of water crisis there, some sort of emergency. They're going to close the premises and you're free for 3 days, okay? Something like that. But you will take a trip somewhere near. Okay, for some of you, I heard something specific. Yeah, I did say short distance, but it could also be neighboring countries. Like me, I'm in the Philippines. Neighboring countries would be Thailand, Bali in Indonesia, okay? So it could be that. That could be considered short distance too. And for some of you, it's going to be a surprise or you surprising yourself, but circumstances in your life will make this happen. This trip will happen, and something there in the trip itself, like the trip itself is fantastic, okay? It's a break, it's exploration, it's adventure, but something will happen during the trip that will be super amazing for you. If you're single, you're going to meet your soulmate there, okay? If you are jobless or you hate your job, you're going to get a job offer there. You're going to meet someone who's going to offer you something, who's going to give you the capital to start your own business. But yeah, something fated will happen there. Journey is fate, it's destiny, okay? But yeah, it's new, it could be a surprise, and it's likely short distance. Miracles, okay? The fates are moving in your life. The threads of your life are forming something huge for you this week ahead. Last but not least, you have a pleasant letter. You had sad news, now you have a pleasant letter. High honors. Okay, literal is getting a promotion, okay? Or being praised at work, being praised in the family. But likely, this is an actual letter. Even if it gets announced like at a forum, there's going to be a follow-up formal email on this. Like if you get promoted, it can't just be said in a meeting, like, hey, you're promoted. Of course, you're going to receive documentation that your title is now different, your salary is now different. High honors, okay? So this is literally, if we're talking, what is the most obvious interpretation possibility for you? It is a promotion, but it could also be something not so obvious, okay? For example, you did something great. You saved a cat that was stuck in a tree in your neighborhood, okay? So now everyone's chatting about you, talking about you. Oh my God, he or she is a hero. We're gonna invite him or her to our dinner party. We're gonna make friends with this person. So it's high honors when it comes to your reputation and your social circle, okay? And there's still documentation because people are sending texts, okay, and messages and like, oh, did you hear what happened? So cool, so amazing, what a hero, okay? So it is an upgrade in your social standing or at your job, okay? And it's something formal, it's something written. So there you go. This is your week ahead. I think it's very scorpionic. I think it's wonderful, and honestly, this is the biggest one, okay? There's going to be a trip, and within that trip, life at its best will happen to you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. If you chose this deck, welcome to your reading. Here are the 5 things that will happen to you in the week ahead. Number 1, infant and good lady. A lot of new beginnings that will eventually bring you a lot of joy, happiness, and satisfaction. So it's not just good news, okay? Could be, but that's too small for this card combination. It is the start of something new for you. For example, the start of your fitness journey. And from here on out, you become the healthiest, best, strongest version of yourself. But it all begins this week when you decide to buy a pair of dumbbells, let's say, or join the gym or start eating oatmeal instead of cereal. Like it's just a small new beginning this week, but it will blossom beyond this week throughout your life as something amazing. It could also be you are just going to meet someone and you're going to smile at each other and you'll think, oh, he's cute or she's cute. Little do you know, this was fate bringing you and your soulmate together. It starts this week, and then again, it goes beyond this week because this person becomes your life partner, okay? So the spark of something that will eventually bring you joy and happiness, but also it could be literal. The kids in your life as an addition, not as like, it could be that or it could be this. It's that. It's what I said. The start of something new that will bring you a lot of joy, but the literal interpretation as well, which could also happen additionally for you, is this is the card of kids. So the children in your life could be a source of happiness and joy for you. You could be babysitting your neighbor's kid, and you're going to realize that you want to be a mother or a father someday. Or even if you don't, just in the moment, you're going to be so happy because that baby is so cute, that toddler is so adorable. And you're going to be watching your favorite Disney movies while you babysit them, and it will remind you of your own childhood, okay? But a lot of joy from the kids in your life. Your nephews, your nieces, your own children if you have them, okay? Again, your neighbor's kids, okay? So lots of joy from there. And this one is support from an older woman in your life. So if your manager is a woman and is older than you, expect to be backed by that person. Something that actually, in a situation that actually gives you something tangible. Like they're going to fight for you to get that promotion, that salary increment, that bonus, okay? If this is your mom and you're having troubles with your siblings, then your mom will side with you, right? So kids and an older female in your life are going to be a source of good news, a source of joy for you too. So beautiful. That is the first thing that will happen to you in the week ahead. What's the second one? Living room and house. A lot of stability when it comes to the private things in your life. A lot of happinesses, joys, good news when it comes to the secret things in your life. So let's say a lot of fulfillment when it comes to the intimate part of your romantic relationship. It's gonna get better than ever when it comes to that department, okay? Or your friendship, your connection with the person who sits next to you at work, right? You're going to be best friends, which means every single day you're going to sit beside someone who means you well and whose presence you enjoy, okay? So the little close private things in your life, there's going to be a lot of stability there, right? Intimate, close, nearby relationships, but also houses, family. So just your family, the people that you live with, maybe they're not your blood, maybe they're your best friends, maybe they're your roommates. Things are going to get great there too. You're going to be let into their innermost circle. Like for example, your roommate is just your roommate, but you're going to become BFFs too, starting this week. Okay, so now you live with someone very, very close to you. And if it's family, like your parents and your siblings, you feel like you're just living there because you were born into that family and you don't have a choice. But now there's going to be a lot of closeness in the family, okay? A lot of being able to relate to each other, understand and support each other, enjoy each other's presence. So family, the home, people that you live with, okay? Close, intimate connections. Things are going to be stabilized, balanced, improved on that front. That's always good because these are the people that are always around you. So it's essential to have a good relationship with them, to have good vibes, receive good energy from such people, right? What else? Number 3 out of 5, main character man and his thoughts. This one is quite sweet, quite innocent, quite romantic. This week you're going to hear that someone that you like or is interested in likes you back, okay? And this is going to ruffle some feathers, but even if you're married, even if you are in a very stable, devoted, faithful relationship, it still applies. It doesn't mean you're going to cheat, okay? It's just confirmation that someone you find attractive or someone you suspect has a crush on you actually does have a crush on you or likes you back, okay? But if you're single, then it's even more amazing for you. And even if you're not, sometimes it's just nice to be invited, even if you have no interest in going to the party at all, right? So this is that kind of energy. Someone will be thinking of you and they will be talking about it. For most of you, this is a mutual crush, okay? Mutual crush. I have Cupid right there. So love is here at work. So someone that you've always liked and admired, you're going to hear that they like you too. When you thought they weren't interested because they're normally shy. And when they look at you, it's like they're so abrupt. But apparently that's shyness. That's not disdain. That's not rejection or dismissal of you. Okay? So that's always nice. It's always sweet to know that there's someone who has a crush on you. Even if you don't like them back. But for most of you, it's going to be mutual. But yeah, it's just nice to know that people think you're cute and sweet and attractive. So very, very light energy. I love it. And this is going to be a man, okay? This is going to be a man. This is going to be male, right? And you know what? Even if you're a guy too, maybe someone just admires you who's also a guy. I don't know if you're open to that, but yeah, that's 100% a guy. The energy, the person that we're talking about. What else will happen for you in the week ahead? Win lots and convene. You are meeting with a lot of money this week. You are winning something, getting something. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. Money is coming for you. You could be winning a raffle, winning a competition, getting a bonus, getting a monetary gift. It's a general reading, so it will manifest differently. You know, the path that it takes will be different for each of you that is watching this right now. But money will convene with you. Money will meet you. Money will look you in the eye and say, I'm here to stay. Money is coming. You're going to win something. It could be literal. You could be at a casino, or you could have like a, one of those lottery scratch tickets. I don't know precisely what they're called. We don't really have them, a lot of them here in the Philippines. But yeah, it could be that. It could be winning by gambling, which I'm not recommending gambling. But if, you just do it for fun or occasionally, then yeah, it could be winning that. But it's meeting with money, okay? It's money coming to you this week. See how it does. Money has its own mind. It will find its way to you this week. That's all you need to know. Money is coming, okay? Lucky numbers, 1, 1, 4. So it could be 11, 11, it could be 11, 14, it could be 14, 14, it could be 1, 4, 1, 4. When you see those patterns, it's going to happen that day or the day after, okay? Money will come to you. Beautiful, beautiful. Last but not least, what else is here? Short illness and good outcome. So kind of like a blessing in disguise. Short illness, it doesn't have to be a literal illness, but a short disruption, a small annoyance in your life turns out to have a good outcome for you, because there are a lot of plane crashes recently in the news. I'm just gonna use that example. You know how some people are like, oh, I was late for my flight, or I wasn't woken up on my alarm clock, so I didn't make it to the plane. And that turned out to be good for them because something bad happened to the plane. Okay, that's just an example, but something negative like that. You missed something, you were late for something, you forgot something, so you had to go back for it. And in that time, there was something bad that happened and you were spared from that because of that little annoyance, okay? So yeah, and it doesn't have to be that dramatic, like a plane crash, a huge accident. It could just be something mundane, something small in the office, like you woke up late, okay? You didn't make it on time to the office, but because of this, you were just on your way out from the house when you heard that it's work from home day today. So it could be small. Like, thank God you didn't come to the office early, because, that you would have made that commute unnecessarily. So it could be that. It could be that. It could be something small. It doesn't have to be dramatic, but there you go. That is the energy. Small blessing in disguise that will turn out to be great for you. So yeah, this is your week ahead. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. If you chose this Skipper deck, welcome to your reading. Here are the 5 things that will happen to you in the week ahead. First one, oh my God, the best card in the deck. Lady Fortune, Lady Luck, Fortuna, expectations. Okay, wow. This is magical, okay? This is a crazy fantasy, an insane delusion coming to pass, honestly, okay? Expectations, look at her daydreaming, okay? Whether you're a man or a woman, she represents you. You have your expectations and they're far-fetched, I'm not gonna lie. Of course, excuse me, you have also dreams that are more realistic, but we're talking about something crazier, okay? They're going to come true starting this week. What do I mean starting this week? Maybe it doesn't come to pass in full this week, but the opportunity does arrive, okay? Or it begins this week, right? But yeah, for example, speaking of crazy delusions, just crazy ones, and I'm not crapping on you if this example happens to apply to you. Let's say you're one of those people who are obsessed with K-pop idols and you're infatuated with one of them, and one of your daydreams, greatest fantasies is to marry one of them. It doesn't mean you're gonna get married this week, but maybe that person is going to slide into your DMs this week, introduce themselves, okay? Or you're going to get free tickets that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to afford to their concert with backstage passes, and you're actually going to meet that person. So then, yeah, it's a crazy fantasy, but you know what? Luck is on your side. It's actually going to happen, and it starts this week, okay? It's that kind of energy. Something insane, okay? And again, if that is true for you, I'm not saying like you're insane, you're delusional in a bad way. I'm saying objectively, you have a dream that sounds insane and delusional, but it will come true beginning this week. So I'm happy for you, okay? This is divine intervention. This is like a reward from the universe, a wink from heaven, okay? So yeah, some fantasy that you have, it will come true in full or begin to come true starting this week. Please, I'm very curious if you picked this deck, okay? Once it happens, let me know how it went for you, because my God, so lovely, so dramatic in a good way. What else will happen for you in the week ahead? You have lovers and marriage. Of course, that was just an example, and this is a different thing entirely, but this is quite literal. Kipper can be literal. Lovers is a romantic partner, potential romantic partner. Marriage is union. So it doesn't have to be that literal that you're going to get married this week, but maybe someone's going to propose to you, or if you're already engaged, then maybe the wedding is going to happen this week. Why not? Okay? But it just means an upgrade in whatever your connection is. It's union. So if you're single, you're going to meet someone. You're going to start dating. If you're dating, you're going to go exclusive. If you're exclusive, you're finally going to meet the parents. If you have already met the parents, everyone in the family, you're going to get engaged. If you're engaged, you're going to get married. If you are married and bored and the fire is gone from your connection, the flame will rise again. Okay? So an upgrade, a union, or a re-strengthening of said union. Okay, but romantic life is gonna go great. And if you are someone who doesn't care about romance, you will start this week, because someone will come and will start making you think about romance. Okay, someone will arrive in your life. So romantic life is great. Delusions are covered. It's looking like an amazing week ahead. Number 3 out of 5, what else will happen to you in the week ahead? Wow. Things will be upgraded too when it comes to your social life and your standing at work. So think of your 10th house in astrology and your 11th house. Okay? 10th house of career and reputation, how people perceive you at work and outside of work. 11th house of networks, of connections. Both are improving for you. This guy, number 13, he is the kind of guy who always gets promoted, who is the favorite of his manager and his manager's manager, someone who's great at doing strategy presentations, man in finance, okay? Banker guy. This is the one. So successful in money, great reputation at work, charismatic, charming. You're going to turn into this, okay? Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. You're going to have the equivalent of his reputation. You're going to have the same level of his charisma and charm and confidence this week. Hopefully it extends beyond this week, but honestly, this card is only predicting for this week. Maybe it's also the beginning, like this first one. Excuse me, my throat. But yeah, good things happening for you, okay? The person that I described, okay? American Psycho, but hopefully not a psycho, but you know what I mean? Like VP of something, and someone who wears good clothes and is looked upon, someone respected. outside of work too, it's possible you're gonna be like that attractive, amazing person. Hopefully not just this week. Hopefully it's not a one-off. Privileged lady is kind of the equivalent. This is like the debutante. This is like the popular girl at school. This is the prom queen, okay? So whether you're a man or a woman, that kind of social popularity is coming for you too. So social and work, 10th house, 11th house in astrology, okay? Upgrades when it comes to that. You are so lucky when it comes to how people see you, perceive you, receive you this week. Beautiful, beautiful energy. What else is there? Message pathway. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. Something will open up, a new path, a new road that was previously closed. And honestly, you didn't even consider it before. Like, even the potential of it. This is different. This is like you have been daydreaming, fantasizing about it. This is, you didn't even think about it, that it was possible, but the possibility will open up for you. Like the road will open up for you. You can take this path, and it starts this week. So just a crazy example, okay? Just so you understand, this is a general reading, so it's going to manifest differently. For example, if you're a woman, you're in your 50s now, or maybe late 40s, and you're wondering, your only choices are become a hermit forever or get married. You know, sadness or love. You feel like it's just that. But there's something else too. You could become this successful career woman. You could become a nun. You could be this traveler. I don't know. Like, there are so many other roads. It's not just sadness and happiness, you know? Like, you can get so many other things in between. So it's like, it's that kind of energy. An option that you didn't even see before opening up for you. But that was very spiritual or emotional. How about a more tangible example? For example, your only options are to stay in your country and the economy is terrible, there's lawlessness, it's not safe, or to move to, say, the UK, where in your mind the UK is perfect and it's rich and, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter what the truth is, but like in your mind it's like a poor country versus this rich country. But apparently there's something in between. Apparently you can move to just your neighboring country, which is so much richer than your country, but it's only a 30-minute flight away. You don't have to migrate all the way to a different continent. You know what I mean? Like, there is an option, a chance, an opportunity opening up for you that you didn't even consider before, and it's going to be amazing. Okay? And it's going to be official. It's not like you're just going to think of the option and like, oh yeah, that's an option too. No, you're going to receive an offer to go through with it, like a job offer from this country or a love offer from someone that you weren't considering. You had two crushes at work and you were like, I'm going to marry him or her, no one else. But apparently there's a third person that likes you too, gonna ask you out on a date this week. Okay? So yeah, something, excuse me, a path will open up for you when you never thought about before, and the opportunity will be there. It will be on the table, and it's up to you to grab it. Last but not least, what will happen to you in the week ahead? You have occupation and gift. Literal, this is a bonus. Okay, this is a salary increment, or it could be smaller than that. I remember sometimes when there are occasions like Valentine's Day, I come to my desk and there are always flowers. And there are flowers from people who like me, but there are also just flowers from the company. Like every woman gets them on Valentine's Day. Or if it's Christmas, of course I get gifts from people who care about me, but there's just like that Christmas gift from the company. So it could be that small, that gift, a box of chocolates. It's still lovely if it's small, but it could be bigger. It could be that bonus. It could be that salary increment. It could be that promotion. It could be praise. It could be something bigger too. Okay, it's a general reading, so see how that resonates with you, but it has to do with your work, or if you don't work, it's your business, or if you're retired, it's your hobby, your network, okay? The people that you knit with, that have a movie club with, that have a book club with, they're the ones who are going to give you a gift. So there you go. Beautiful, beautiful things. You have the best card in the deck, Lady Luck, okay? So yeah, fantasy will start becoming reality, and so many other lovely upgrades, lovely romantic sweet things for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.